So now up next, we're going to go into our self-care is not selfish session with Dr. Roz. So this is where you're going to need your bowl, spoon, granulated sugar, olive oil, coconut oil, almond oil, whatever kind of oil you have at your home, paper towel, water, those types of things, because Dr. Roz is going to take us through an activity. So Dr. Jocelyn Johnson has been a social worker for over 25 years and is currently employed in a Long Island high school. In addition to being a wife, mom, author, and speaker, she is an entrepreneur with her own beauty brand, Maya India, and recently launched the Self-Care Queens podcast. We're so excited to have Dr. Roz here. I need to go check out that podcast. Actually, that's what I was like, wait a second, podcast. So we're super excited to have Dr. Roz here. So ladies, get your items together so you can work through this activity with her, and let's get started. Is Dr. Roz here?
I am. Can you hear?
Hello.
Perfect. I'm super excited to be here with everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is so exciting for me. So yes, my name is Rosalind Johnson, and like you just heard, I'm a social worker in a school, and I'm a self-published author, and I'm a podcaster and a speaker and an entrepreneur with a beauty brand, and I'm doing this thing and that thing, and I'm a team leader with this Color Street, and I'm doing 9,000 things. But you know what? In all of that, I still have to find time for self-care. I can do all of these things, but somewhere in there, I have to find time for self-care. Now, you might be a student. Are you a student? Are you an athlete? Are you in the band? Are you on the choir? Are you in a club? Do you have a job? Do you have responsibilities at home? You might have a busy and active social life, but guess what? You have to make time for self-care too. Somewhere in all of those things that you're doing, you have to make some time for yourself. And self-care means different things to different people. Like Chanel said, we like to get our hair done and we like to get our nails done. I agree. But our self-care doesn't have to mean 2 hours at the nail salon and then 3 hours at the hair salon. It could mean something like 15 minutes a day writing something in your journal. It could mean going on your bike and riding around your neighborhood. Maybe it means listening to your favorite music or taking a walk. If you have a pet, maybe walking your dog. Those things are also self-care. Reading a good book. Those are self-care activities also. So we can find other ways to participate in self-care and enjoy those activities that may not be costly or take a whole lot of time. Even, don't get upset with me when I say this, even unplugging, turning your cell phone off for a little while, don't get upset with me. But that's self-care too. Sometimes we have to turn it off. Take what I call a brain break. Just let your brain rest because our cell phones are always active, right? We're scrolling through Instagram. We're looking at TikTok. We're doing all kinds of things, right? Sometimes we need to just turn it off just for a moment so that we can give our brain a break. That is self-care too. So there's lots and lots of ways that you can manage self-care and still do all the things, right? Because we tell ourselves we need to do all the things. So I entitled my talk, Self-Care is Not Selfish. Why? Because sometimes we feel a little guilty when we take time for ourselves. Our brain tricks us into believing we need to do all the things. And we're trying to do those things and juggle them all, but sometimes we leave ourselves out. We don't take that time to focus on ourselves and do fun things or relaxing things or what you hear people call me time. You need some me time. We have to take that me time and do some of those things that I told you earlier. Take that brain break. It might help reduce a little anxiety. And right now, people might be feeling a little anxious because there are lots of things going on and we don't know kind of what's happening in our world. So we want to have lower anxiety and we want to help feel more balanced in our life. So don't be afraid to have some me time. So we know that we can do all of these fabulous activities to enjoy during our self care. But remember when I said our mind sometimes plays tricks on us and tells us that we need to do all the things? Sometimes our mind plays other tricks on us too. Like, for instance, if you're scrolling through Instagram and you see someone, or you're on looking at that TikTok going on, and you say, "Boy, isn't she pretty?" And then your mind says, "Hmm, she is pretty." And then you start doing the comparison, comparing yourself to the person you see on the social media. And maybe you might say something to yourself like, "Oh, I'm too tall. I'm too short. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too dark. I'm too light. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm too fill in the blank," whatever the I'm to. Have you ever done that ever in your life? Have you ever compared yourself to someone else? Sometimes the brain tells us and we compare ourselves to other people. But you know what? That I am to this, I am that, I am whatever. What we have to do now is start shifting our mind to a more positive I am, right? A positive I am. Chanel talked about affirmations, and I call them I am statements, but it's the same thing. They're positive declarations that you're making about yourself to the world. And today is a good day to stop saying anything negative after the I am if you've ever done it before. And if you've never done it before, I applaud you. But if you have, and most of us have, being honest, if you thought about it, there's been a time or two maybe that you have compared yourself to someone else. Now we want to stop doing that. We want to look for some positive things to say about ourselves and replace those negative I am statements. So let's think about some suggestions, some ideas, some potential I am statements. The I am statements are designed to make you feel powerful and confident and strong. So maybe your I am statement might be, "I am brilliant. I am confident. I am intelligent." You can come up with whatever I am statements that you think are good for you. And I want to talk to you a little bit about how we take those I am statements that we're declaring to the world and how we activate them. How do we make them spring into life? How do we make them actually start? Because you can't just see the I am statement in your head and just let it sit there. You have to do something to make it happen, to make it work, to light the fire, to activate it. How are we going to activate these I am statements? Well, I'm going to tell you. First, you do have to think it. It has to be in your mind first. You have to think it, and you have to allow it to settle in your brain. And you want to believe it. But that comes sometimes after a period of time. So you're thinking it, and then you want to write it. Now, you can write it in your journal. Maybe you don't have a journal. Okay, take a notebook, write it in a notebook. You don't have a notebook? All right, put it on some Post-it notes. You don't have Post-it notes? Put it in your phone. I know you all have phones. Put it in your phone. Put it somewhere where you can see it every day. Now, I like Post-it notes. I like colorful ones because they jump out at me and it draws my attention. So I put something together just so that you can kind of see what it looks like, what my I am statements look like on my Post-it notes. Can you see this? Let me take my background off so that you can see this well. Hold on one second. I want to make sure you can see it. All righty. Can you see this? So these are some I am statements, and they're on one little piece of poster board. Now, These I am statements, I have enough to almost wallpaper a wall, but these are just a few. So how do I activate my I am statements? I think it, I write it, and then I say it. But I don't just say, I am confident, I am loving, I am kind, I am phenomenal. No, we have to really put some emphasis and some oomph into it. First of all, I like to do it in a mirror. So I like my handy dandy, my little hand mirror, right? Because I can look at myself in here and I could tell myself all the good things, right? Maybe you don't have a hand mirror. You might have one on your dresser in your room. If there's not one on your dresser in your room, I bet you have one in the bathroom. If you don't have one in the bathroom, take your cell phone and put it on selfie mode and look at yourself and say your I am statements like this. I am brilliant. Girl, you are confident. I am intelligent. I am kind. I am loving. I am amazing. I am phenomenal. I am beautiful. Oh, girl, curls are popping. Eyebrows looking good. I am awesome. I am creative. I am determined. You are going to look at yourself in your mirror, whether it's your hand mirror, your mirror on your wall, your mirror on your dresser, in your bathroom. Use your phone. Tell yourself all of the good things, all of the positive things that you are. And guess what? If you can't think of them, if you don't know what they are, ask someone. I bet you dollars to donuts, if you ask anyone who knows you and who loves you, what positive things do you know about me? Tell me something good about myself. I bet you they could give you a whole list. Have your pen and paper ready when they start talking now, because you want to write everything down. Why? Because you want to put them on your Post-it notes so that you can say them to yourself over and over and over until it gets down in your spirit. You want it to get down in your spirit, and then you're going to believe it. You might not have believed it when they first started telling you, but baby, once you start saying these things to yourself, trust and believe it's going to get down in your spirit. Ain't nobody going to be able to tell you nothing, because it's going to be in your spirit, okay? Are we all good on that part? That's how those I am statements get activated. That's the secret sauce. That's that secret. So when you walk into a room and people are looking at you like, what's something different about her? Yes, because I know who I am. I am brilliant. I am creative. I am phenomenal. I am majestic. I am brilliant. You come with those I am statements, they're going to be all in here, and they're going to be all in here. That's how the I am statements work. That's how we activate it. Okay? So, does anybody have any questions about the I am statements before I get going? Can somebody unmute themselves and give me an I am statement? I want to hear someone give me their I am statement. I want to hear, and I don't want you to say, I am creative. I am awesome. I am determined. I need you to bring the fire. Let's go. Somebody, I see a whole bunch of names in front of me, a whole bunch of them. Somebody is going to unmute themselves and tell me their I am statement. Let's go. I'll wait. Someone.
I am beautiful.
Yes.
Because they're too scared to say it.
Come on, I want to hear you.
I did.
Is it Kwame? I can't see because it's small print. Tell me your name.
I'm Autumn. Mia's right here.
Okay. Mia, tell me your I am statement.
Say it. Why y'all sign me up? Say it. Don't be scared. You want me to say something?
Can you give us one I am statement?
She gonna do it later. She's too scared right now.
Okay, all right, that's okay. Can anyone else give us one I am statement? Just one. I'm not asking you to throw 10 at me. Just one. Can anyone give us one?
I am beautiful.
Yes! Yeah! What is her name? Tiara? Tiara, thank you for being brave. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes, you are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us your I am statement. So listen, you are going to think it, you're going to write it, and then you're going to say it. And remember, once you get your I am statements on paper, don't just stop at one or two. Keep going. You're going to get more. They're going to come to you. They're going to come to you as you're moving through the day. You might do something. You might walk past the mirror and say, I'm looking good today. I am fierce. Write it down. Every time one comes to your mind, write it down. Every time someone gives you a compliment, write it down. When you ask your family, what are those things about me, those special qualities that you love? Tell me what you see in me that's good, that's positive. Write them down, and you will be able to build a whole list of I am statements. Are we good with that? Okay, I want to transition for a second because I asked you to all bring some items. I asked you to bring some sugar, some oil. It could be coconut oil, it could be avocado oil, olive oil, whatever kind of oil you can get your hands on. I asked you to bring a bowl and a spoon and some paper towels. And we're going to do an activity, and we're going to create a lip scrub. And there's a reason why we're creating a lip scrub. So everyone, bring out your stuff. I need you to have your bowl. I'm going to tilt my camera down a little bit so you can see the table and you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Does everyone have their items ready? I need to know if you have your items ready. And everyone's cameras are off, so I can't see if you're saying yes or no. Maybe put in the chat. Let us know if you're ready, because I can't tell. Oh, someone said in the chat, I am fun, I am smart, and I am bold. I love it. And I see I'm helpful and creative, and I am all that. Yes, Simone, you are all that. I love it. Okay, Tiara said she has all her supplies ready. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get our sugar and our bowl. Start off with that. So I think, do you have a spoon? Have a spoon ready too, because you're going to spoon, let's spoon 3 tablespoons of sugar, 3 spoonfuls. You might not have a tablespoon. Spoon it into your jar, in your bowl. Spoon some sugar into your bowl. I'll wait for you. I see Tiara spooning. I can see her putting it into her bowl. So I'll wait until she's finished because she's the only person I can see. So I can't see if everyone else is ready to move on to the next step. Okay, now you're going to take your oil. You're going to take your oil and you're going to pour, I'm going to pour 3 spoonfuls of oil into my sugar. Pour your oil into your sugar, and then I want you to mix it. After you mix it, you should see that it's kind of like a paste, a little bit like a paste. Mix it up well. Make sure all the sugar at the bottom of the bowl is mixed in and incorporated with your oil, okay? See what I've done here? I've mixed it all together. It looks kind of like wet sand. Can you see that? Just mix it all together. So now I'm going to assume that you're finished because I can't see anyone, but you've mixed it all together. Now, after you've mixed it all together, I want you to have your paper towel and your water close by. You need those things now. So have your paper towel close by and have some water. Make sure you have your water close by also. So this is what we're going to do with our scrub, our lip scrub. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about this lip scrub is we used sugar. Why did we use sugar? Because sugar is an exfoliant, meaning that the sugar is what's going to take any dry skin off of your mouth and on the corners of your mouth and your lips. That's why it's an exfoliant, okay? And the oil that's in here is the moisturizer. That's what's going to make it feel nice and soft because we want it to be soft, right? So we have an exfoliant to take off the dead skin, and then we have a moisturizer to soften the skin, right? Just those two things. We're doing this real simple because remember, they told you I own a beauty brand. It's a little more complicated when I do it, but I'm breaking it down and making it real simple for us today, right? So this is what we're going to do. And let me preface everything I'm about to say with, if you have a skin condition, if you happen to have eczema or some other kind of skin condition, please make sure that you ask first before you try this. I don't want anyone to damage their skin. The lips are made of extremely thin skin. It's part of the thinnest skin on our body. So you have to be cautious with your lips. And when you apply this, you have to be very, very gentle. We don't want to rip the skin off of our faces, right? We want to be very gentle. So this is how you apply your scrub. You're going to take a little bit, not much, and you're going to take it and you're going to gently massage it onto your lips, right? Gently massage, circular motion, in a circular motion, all around the top lip and the bottom lip. Circular motion. I'm going to do it too. So we're all doing this together. Circular motion, top lip and bottom lip. Circular motion, circular motion, circular motion, top lip and bottom lip. Okay, now, next, we want to take our paper towel. Make sure you don't forget the corners of your mouth. I'm sure you've noticed that sometimes the corners of your mouth might be a little dry. Don't leave that part out. That's part of your lips, right? So you want to do the whole thing. Top lip, bottom lip, corners. Take your paper towel and just wipe it off. It's okay if you lick it because all you used was sugar and oil. It's not going to hurt you. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to lick it. Now, take your water, put a little water on your paper towel, and then use that to remove the excess, right? Because you might still have a few granules of sugar on your mouth. So take the paper towel and remove it. After you've done that, rub your lips together. Tell me how they feel. Do they feel soft? They should, because you just removed the dead skin and you added some moisturizer with your coconut oil or your olive oil or your avocado or whatever oil you use. You added moisturizer to your lips. Awesome. Now, Ms. J, this is fun, but what does this have to do with self-care? Well, number one, we just took some time. I don't even know if it took us 15 minutes to do this. We just did something special for ourselves. That's self-care, right? We just made ourselves a wonderful sugar scrub and we used it on our lips. And P.S., you can take this same lip scrub and say your knees are looking a little rusty. Guess what? You can rub this on those rusty knees. Say them elbows looking a little crusty. Guess what? You can rub this on them crusty elbows. It's still sandal season. If your feet are looking a little funny because you couldn't get to the nail salon, guess what? You can use this on your feet too. This is like an all-purpose kind of thing, right? So everything that might be looking a little rusty and crusty, we can fix it, right? Self-care. Self-care. But you know what else? You know what else is even more important? We softened our lips. Now I want you to think about softening the words that you speak. I want you to think about softening the words that you speak about yourself and to yourself. You softened your lips, soften the words that you speak. You tasted the sugar. It was sweet, right? Now I want you to speak sweet words to yourself. We want to take this sugar scrub and we want to let this be a reminder to us every time we do this lip scrub and that tastes sweet. And I'm sweet and I'm kind and I am beautiful and I am amazing and I am phenomenal. I am awesome. I am magnificent. All of your I am statements, all of those sweet words that you are going to say to yourself, you're going to remember them every time you use your lip scrub and you taste the sweetness on your lips. Remember to say those sweet things to yourself. Thank you so much, ladies, for letting me be a part of your day this afternoon. I loved being here with you. I hope you enjoyed this activity. I hope you learned a little bit more about why self-care is not selfish, about think it, write it, speak it, and about saying sweet things to yourself and about yourself. Thank you.
I will give you a round of applause myself off mute, but thank you so much. That was great. That was really beautiful. So I'm still trying to take it all in. But does anyone have any questions for Dr. Roz? Feel free to drop them in the chat or come off mute and say hi yourself. We'll give you a little space for that. But I did want to say thank you so much for joining us. This was really great and really a great build off of Chanel's piece. So if I didn't know how to write an affirmation before, I do now. So that's great. So yeah, any questions, ladies? Looking in the chat. We've got good points, Dr. Roz. Thank you, Dr. Roz. Anyone else? That was amazing. Thank you.
Very welcome. I enjoyed being here with you all today. Thank you for having me.
Yes, so it was a great session indeed. Thank you, fun and informative. There you go. I will definitely be using this lip scrub more often. That's what Kiara said.
Good.
Kiara, it looks like you enjoyed it. So I'm glad you were able to participate. And thank you for having your camera on for that too. Yes, so Chanel says, great. Yes, great session. We'll use this scrub as well. So listen, you got information and you got a new skincare item to add to your regimen. So be sure to do that. One question came in. Can you give us some suggested I am statements to get us started?
Yes. So I have a bunch of them here. How about if I put the ones that I was talking about in the chat and then everyone can see them? Would that be helpful?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll put all of these that I have here in the chat, and then you can do the same thing. Grab some Post-it notes. This is just a regular old poster board from the 99-cent store. This is nothing fancy. Or like I said, put it on your mirror or on your wall. So I'll put it in the chat, and then you all can see them, and you can take them and write them down in your notebook if that's helpful.
Sounds great. And Charlie just said that she put edible glitter in her lip scrub.
Look at you!
So already.
Charlie, she's a girl after my own heart.
Yes, so that's definitely great. So we definitely appreciate you coming and spending part of your Saturday with us. Please drop those affirmations in the chat and we'll make sure to add them to the follow-up email that goes out later today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roz.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.